I was on fire. Right now, would that give you hives or would that get you pumped and motivated? This is aggressive. Welcome back, guys, to the vlog. Got my dry erase board. I'm going to update you because I know I missed a week. This is a 90-day sprint. I'm trying to finish my fantasy romance trilogy before the end of the year, before my kids are out for Christmas break. Vlog every week, 8,400 words a week. The last time I vlogged, I was smack dab in the middle of my kids' fall break, which I had completely forgotten was going to happen during the vlog. And so my word count for that week was 0. Then I didn't even vlog last week. So at this point, if someone is watching my content because they hate me, like they're just rage watching my stuff, this vlog must make them very happy because I keep not reaching my goals. Let me tell you what happened. We had more fall break after that vlog. Then I was like, okay, after fall break, it's on. I am going to just crush this romantasy book. I'm going to be a machine and I'm going to get locked in. And then I realized, oh yeah, I have a whole secret pen name with a book launching on Tuesday. Also, the plague hit our house for the 3rd time in 3 months. And this time it got me. And I've never been so sick in my life. And with all of that, you're not going to believe this. So all right. So last vlog, my birthday, 6,000. Last vlog, I forgot about fall break altogether. I had 0 words. So right here, I was hoping that the next time I got on and talked to you guys, I would be able to say, okay, guys, I've made a big dent, almost like catching up for what we've lost. And I'm at 20K for these 2 weeks. That's what I was hoping for today, which is October 31st. By the way, happy Halloween. And are you ready for the grand total? Okay, Mac, drum roll, please. There is no Mac. I'm the editor. 19,729 words. But none of that was for the romantasy series. Oh man, this is the lesson of today's vlog. I mean, maybe this romantasy rebrand, repackaging, finishing it all out, making it a romcomantasy and bringing it under my pen name and all that. Maybe it's not meant to be, guys. Maybe it's not meant to be. But maybe what I need is to do what motivated me to write that much. On October 21st, I wrote 7,134 words in one day in my little window while the kids are at school. I was on fire. You know why that happened? Because I had a deadline. Here's what happened. Secret pen name. I sent out my arcs like I always do a month and a half before publication. And at the end of the arc, I put in, hey, I know you've been waiting a while for this book, so I actually wrote a free novella for you. Surprise! Well, all of a sudden, my ARC readers start messaging me and they're like, hey, I'm so excited for the novella. Thank you so much. Where is it? Oh, I forgot about that. Now at this point I could have just said, oh, I'm going to change my strategy and I'll just offer a bonus scene like I always do. I just have a bonus chapter, and that has grown my email list very well. However, I am so behind on publishing on this pen name because of the things I've already talked about a million times on this channel. We adopted 4 children. Surprise, I got pregnant. Our whole life turned upside down. All of my publishing schedules just went out the window. And obviously I had to focus on the public Kelsey Humphreys stuff over my secret pen name, which my secret pen name is the most successful and profitable if you look at it as how much effort I put into it. Like, the readers are obsessed with it. They tell their friends, like word of mouth. It just crushes. So I know that there's a bunch of money in this series. I was like, okay, I have a decision to make here. Either I can change the strategy, reply to these people and just say, hey, I'm only doing a bonus chapter, do the novella a different time. Or I could go into my Scrivener and see what I had, because I knew I had started it at one point. But here's the thing. I do well under pressure. I always have, I always will. Now, some creatives, this would make you break out in hives. But a lot of you, I think this is actually the push you need to write faster, edit faster, make decisions, start building your world, quit waffling back and forth on, oh, well, should she be redheaded or should she be blonde? Or, well, should the world be 2 moons or 1 moon? Write your book, y'all, write your book. So I just decided, okay, I'm going to sit and I'm just going to finish this. I'm going to write as fast as I possibly can. Now it's a novella. So you have some wiggle room on the depth, the background, the relationship, the world building, the descriptions, the setting. Obviously with a novel, especially, you're expecting people to pay for a novel. The novel needs a lot more grit and depth to it. This is a novella. The total word count for the novella is 24,900. Okay, let's say 25,000 words, probably after I finished editing in the outside of Scrivener. So 25,000 words for this novella. I wrote 19,729 of that in the last week and a day. I mean, what this reminded me of is that I just need to set the deadline and then sit and do it, knowing that I have this deadline looming. I hate letting people down. I hate not reaching my goals. I hate, not rising to the occasion. So I sat, finished it, sent it off to proofreaders, uploaded, and by the time, then I got deathly sick on Sunday and my book launched on Tuesday. But I'm sitting there on Monday, like half comatose. I was no longer vomiting at that point. And I was just like making sure that if you go to the email sign up at the end of the book, that the novella will be sent to you. I'm like, okay, it's set up and running. I've got that going and I've got my book all set up, Kindle set up. Everything's good to go. I didn't have the paperback yet, but paperback takes a couple days to refresh. So I was like, that's going to have to be fine. But you know what I did? I forgot to click the Kindle Unlimited button, which is a huge deal because people read in Kindle Unlimited. So that really hurt my book launch. I mean, it's in the top 100 new releases in at least one of its categories, and it's in the top 500. It's doing okay, but it would have gone immediately. I would have had a much bigger spike. Once I realized on launch day, late in the day on launch day, when I was like, something is wrong here. My numbers should be improving. I should have some momentum. It should be hopping up every time Amazon refreshes, which is like 3 or 4 times a day. And it wasn't. And I realized I didn't put it in KU. So don't make that mistake, guys. Now, how can I take all this amazing creative juju mojo and put it into the Romcomantasy series? Well, I have to give myself some grace and cut myself some slack, realizing that the Romcomantasy has a lot more loose ends I have to tie up. There are a lot more details I have to keep track of. There's a lot more depth and backstory, and everything has to be on point and just like pristine. before I even send it to editors. Like, I need it to be amazing. So there is more pressure and it is going to be harder. Whereas this novella, I already had the story and I already had the beginning, and I just cranked it out. And there were pieces where, like, man, I wish I could expand on this, but because it's a novella and it's free and I want it out on Tuesday, I'm not going to expand on it. And I just had to let that be okay. And the story was still good. Like, I was still doing the story justice, but I wasn't letting myself be a super duper duper perfectionist like I normally am, which on my Kelsey Humphreys rom-com series, my free novella became an entire novel that was 50,000 words long because I am a perfectionist. So, I know it won't be as simple as finishing a novella in a week and a day, but B, I know that I can make myself write faster and basically just be more ruthless in my decision making, like less waffling, less going back and forth, less just like ideation and, sitting there and pondering and staring at the screen. Like, no, none of that. And making sure that I spend my daytime hours writing, because I really got very little else done. I didn't post on social media. And when the kids went to bed at night, I pulled back out my laptop and I just kept on writing. And so if I really want to get this romantasy series done, which there are a couple events I'm looking at doing in the spring before the kids are out for school, there's a few events like book conventions and, things like that I'm looking at. And it would be great to have the whole trilogy done so I can sell it at those things. So that means I really need to have this trilogy publish February or March. So I really have to finish it in December. I really, really, really do. And it's just October right now. But guess what happens in November? Thanksgiving break. And guess what happens every other week at my house? The plague. So you tell me, would putting a public deadline out there, like making yourself, like putting it in Kindle Unlimited for pre-order right now, would that give you hives or would that get you pumped and motivated? Because for me, I think it's what I need in order to just bust it out, like just get it done. We're done, like wondering if the rebrand is working, wondering if I should move it to my new pen name or old pen name. Like, no, we're doing it. We're doing it live. We're doing it now. I'm publishing it. Also, it just like weighs on my shoulder to have this unfinished series with no end date, because I have readers who are like, hey, when is book 3 coming out? Like, that feels bad. I think that hinders us as writers as well. When we have this unfinished business in our creative work, like, finish it. It needs to be finished. I'm going to do it. I'm going to set a publish date. I'm going to get the books up for pre-order, and I'm going to get it done before Christmas break. That means now I did skip a week, right? So I'm going to let me look at this and do some math. I'll be right back. I'm going with 12,000. I'm going to go with 12,000 words as my goal between now and next Friday. And we're going to go with 12,000. And that's going to get me somewhere in the ballpark. The thing is, and you got to know yourself as a writer, because I know once I get to the good stuff, the emotional payoff scenes, either between the bad guy and the good guy, or the romance scene, or like this epic battle moment I've been waiting for and dreaming about, and I finally get to write it, I will write way faster those days. So there are some weeks where it will just pour out of me. I mean, a goal of 12,000 words. As I told you, I wrote 7,500 words in one day this past week. So doing that in a week then becomes no big deal if I can just get in the flow state and push myself. Now, with Thanksgiving break in there, this is aggressive. Goal for next week, 12,000 words in the correct series. Okay, if you're a writer, I want to know, does this give you anxiety or not? And also, I want you to watch my frequently asked questions series here on this channel. So once a week, I answer questions about being a full-time author, writing, marketing, business. So I hope you'll hit the like button and the notification bell and subscribe. And I will see you next week, hopefully 12,000 words from now.